Hello and welcome to the Buy Sell Hold Spotlight presented by Sports Car Market Magazine. I'm Darin Roberge. Before we begin, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Also be sure to join in the conversation and share your thoughts by leaving us a comment below. Our guest today is Matt Crandall. He is the owner and president of the Avant-Garde collection, and he is 911R, the 911R from Bring a Trailer. Welcome, Matt.
Thank you. Excited to be on this podcast and talk about cars.
Cars are good, indeed. So for those who may not know you, may not be familiar with you, why don't you give us a little bit of background on yourself?
So I'm a lifelong car guy. Been in the retail specialty car world market for over 30 years. And we are a specialty classic, exotic, unique car dealer. When Bring a Trailer came out with their auction platform, I quickly embraced it, and we've gone to, 100% sales with Bring a Trailer. And we do 20, 25 cars a month on Bring a Trailer. We've sold nearly 800 cars on there now. I think we're the largest by dollar volume, if not by all volume, seller on Bring a Trailer. And we have quite the following and unique collection of cars that come through here. My username stands in 911R, goes back to the 60s 911 race car. So we have, real air cooled Porsche presence. And that's what we really love doing. Just really, really taking the format into, our whole business model. And we pride ourselves on our presentation, the cars that we bring, the curation of what we bring to the market, and, how we prepare them. I've been in, everything from running a Ferrari dealership. I ran Ron-Tonkin Gran Turismo for 10 years. And actually, that's how I met Keith Martin. He used to be a salesman at Ron-Tonkin, so we have all sorts of Ron-Tonkin stories this year. I'm also an avid racer. Been a racer in club level pro racing for 20 years and just really love cars.
So going back kind of before Bring a Trailer, before Avant-Garde, you mentioned your racing background. Why don't you kind of go down that list a little bit? You're a pretty competent guy behind the wheel.
Yeah, I've driven everything from Wing 360 sprint cars in the dirt to Toyota Atlantic open wheel cars to probably the last 10 years I've really been into Trans Am style cars, tube frame cars, big V8s. I've also done quite a bit with Porsche Cup cars in the past. I've raced lots of sports racers. Right now I'm driving a Chris Evans Trans Am car. And we run an XGT. It's a tube frame pony car with a NASCAR V8 in it, 800 some horsepower. And we just raced at Coda's last weekend and brought home the win for the West Coast Trans Am series. So
impressive stuff. Those Trans Am cars are something else, man. That's about as wild as it gets going around corners.
They really are. They're they're very visceral. Lots of horsepower, lots of noises. And the neat thing about these cars, they don't have all the nannies, all the modern cars do with the traction control and the ABS and all this stuff. These are, real men's driver's cars.
Yeah, they'll put some hair on your chest and grow you a big white beard for sure. There's no question about that. Yeah. So you mentioned line carrying dealers. You did some Lamborghini stuff, some Ferrari stuff. What lessons did you learn from the line carrying new car dealers that you were able to transition over? And what are the positives and negatives of each side of that field there?
I'd say the positives was getting to meet the people, the clients, and just experiencing the new car franchise stuff. All the great events Ferrari used to put on, going to that, learning all about the cars, going to the factories, and, meeting the people that built the cars, the designers, one of my favorite things ever with Ferrari is, I probably got 100 laps at Fiorano, in cool cars. And not many people get to say that. So that was probably the great things. The bad things was, whenever there's these economic upswings, downswings, that market always is very volatile. But what, even more so is with the upswings, you think, God, it's great. We can sell all these cars all we can. But then, it gets being this competitiveness where People want to buy the cars at MSRP. The market's worth, I remember selling 360s for $360,000, double MSRP. And it was great because you're selling the car, but typically, I don't think it's good for the market or the clients in the future. They don't feel as good about it. It's much better to sell the cars at MSRP and continue down. Again, you have these wait lists and these client lists, and everyone want to get deposits. All that was really a bummer, and that's what I really did not like about it.
Yeah, it's a challenge from the new car side. I mean, with supply chain issues and everything else. And I think, some of the new car companies, I'm not going to mention any names here, tend to try to play to that specifically
Yeah,
to increase exclusivity and to be able to control where their vehicles go within
for
the
sure.
marketplace. And that's kind of not real good for the consumer. You're right.
Yeah, it's tough. Ferrari always wanted to say, one build, several less than the demand, and they've always done a good job with that. Now, I think with the newer ownership, since they've gone public and everything, they built a lot more cars, and it makes it a little more accessible, which is good. But also, I think I feel like they kind of missed the mark on some of their core focus of what the company is.
Yeah, it's
So,
one of those things, definitely. So let's talk accessibility. You are the most accessible guy basically on Bring a Trailer. So explain what Bring a Trailer sort of showed you initially at the beginning that attracted it to you, and how you helped the platform and the platform helped you guys both kind of collectively rise to prominence.
right. I think, I've always felt like I've had a pretty good vision for marketing, and marketing, as in our brand ourselves and marketing the cars. It's just always killed me, these dealers that go out with their iPhones and take these lousy pictures of cars on car lots, or with, telephone poles and trees come out the background, or grass growing through stuff. You know, they put so much effort in trying to get all the money for the car, but if they just put a little more effort into making the cars look good, lighting them, making that presentation, the sharp, what it's about, um, it's just what I've always felt like we've grown. I'd say I was an early adopter of eBay back in the late '90s, and, had great success on eBay till all the fraudsters came around. Um, and that's what I liked about Bring a Trailer. It's much more curated. The people can ask the questions in the forums, and having that interaction is really great. You know, we don't have any salespeople here. I sell everything directly on Bring a Trailer. Few stuff that doesn't make it makes their website usually sells right away. They've already seen it on Bring a Trailer, so it's not like I'm out trying to market to new clients. And the cars move real quickly. Um, that's been a nice focus to be able to just really put all of our energy into making the car right and presenting it right. Josh Bryan, who's our photographer, he owns a company called Image Engine now. Has worked with me for 20 years, and just recently he spun off to be on his own independently with the Image Engine. And he does some other auction, company, photography for like RMs or Mecoms and stuff, but really pretty much just works for us. The other big thing about it is, we've really embraced doing the drive video and the walk around video. And, just recently I've really been trying to, every car we sell, I kind of go out and do a 3-4 minute walk around video, talking about the car, talking about what I know about it, the pluses and minuses, to get the cars out there. When somebody gets the car and they unload it off the truck, I want them to be excited and be, thrilled, and know exactly what they got. I think we've all bought things online and had it show up and not be what it is. We really want to be truthful and showing everything about it.
Yeah, reputation is important on Bring a Trailer, as well as, like you mentioned, the visual components of it. And that comment section will keep you honest for sure. And it seems
Yeah.
like you've been able to navigate those waters quite effectively. What's your strategy with the comments? Just the facts, or how do you usually approach that?
My goal is what I tell my team is, hey, we want to answer all the questions before they can be asked. So we're not getting all the silly questions. If we can put out, all the things that we know about the car up front, we spend a lot less time on the comments, and it makes everybody's life easier. So they just know, everything from paint meter to the detailed photos on the underside, to doing compression tests up front, to doing, measurement of the tires, date codes. I mean, if it's a car that, has a known history, as in, trend problems with that car. We try to address what, hey, we've already done this part on it right now, or it was done prior. Here's the receipt. We spend a lot of time on, the documentation and the research of a car before we put it up. We try to really timeline everything we can and put all that information out there again, so we can answer all the questions before they can be asked. I'd rather have an auction that just lots of bids and less comments than a million comments of people trying to poke holes in it than the other way around.
So, where was that line for you where you kind of went from traditional auto dealer to going completely all in on bring a trailer? Was there like one particular moment where you said, okay, we're done doing things the old way and now we're going to change the game and go this direction?
It was a gradual phase because I had a big brick and mortar facility and car lot. And I never liked having that car lot. It just, dealing with people and expectations and the salespeople and all that stuff. So I was always drawn to the auction platform. I had been, sending cars to Barrett-Jackson and all these other auctions always over the years. We, just always were an early adopter of Bring Trailer when it came out, when it was just a forum about, hey, check out this cool car. Because it seemed like, a couple times a month, one of my cars would make that list again, because we always tried to do that good marketing ahead of time, back even when nobody else seemed to really embrace it. It'd be great. I get up that morning and see that email blast and my car was on the list and my phone was start ringing. And, those were always really great days. So to be able to, go to that market, that platform with Brain Trailer and their team, for us was just a national fit and progression. And, I was happy not to have a retail location. Now we currently Avant-Garde, we have, two facilities. We're on the same street across from each other. We have a 10,000 square foot, shop and office. We have 4 full-time technicians and a parts and service staff, here. Then across the street, is where we have our detail and our warehouse. It's about 25,000 square feet. It's a pretty cool facility. We've actually done several events there now, and I have people calling me like, "Hey, can we do an event at your warehouse?" Because it's a cool structural facility, and it's just really neat. But we've, so we have everything indoors. It's all very safe and secure. We cover all the cars, and it's just, this is really what we love.
Yeah, it's a fun deal for sure. And the multi-use space doesn't hurt either. It's always good to
Yeah,
be able to create different streams of revenue for yourself.
yeah.
So you guys sell a lot of different types of cars on Bring a Trailer. Volume, very high, very diverse group of cars. So, what, in your opinion, makes a good Bring a Trailer car?
Well, obviously, air cooled 911. But a car that's unique production, unique history, very good documentation, good eyeball, something that you're just not going to see when you anywhere else. Really what we look at. We curate our cars. I'd say we probably turn down 20 or 30% of our cars that, come to us that, people want us to sell. We sell a lot of cars on a consignment model. And mainly I probably actually would have more than our own inventory, but we just have so many cars coming at us all the time. And people love doing the consignment model because they like being part of it. They're afraid to put their own car up a ready trailer because, what we do, brings so much more value to them and it's worth what we charge. But they want to be involved. So they want to see their car and be, we've had people come down here and throw parties, when their car is empty, or I've gone to their house or something, when the car's empty. And, so it's definitely a team event with a lot of the consigners.
That's a lot of fun. The customer service model certainly helps there. So, with that said, you guys turned down quite a few cars. What makes a bad Bring a Trailer car, or a car that you or anybody else should walk away from?
Rust. Number one, if it's just ugly. I was just shown a car here a minute ago. It was a 40s or 50s hot rod. It was just dated, not good. Just, it's going to be more grief than good, So, we really, when the car goes out and it's a 911 car goes out, we really want to put our name on it and be proud of it when it leaves. So all the cars go through an intake inspection where we check everything out, make sure everything's up to date. Where we replace a lot of brake hoses, we replace a lot of tires, we seal, and 911s. We always seem like we're always doing valve adjust because nobody ever does their valve adjust. Stuff like that. So we really want to make sure when that car's unloaded off the truck, they can turn that key and go for a rip and have a smile on their face.
Yeah, be excited as soon as it comes off the truck, just like you said. So say I'm a first-time buyer on Bring a Trailer. What is the most key piece of advice you can give me as I go down that road?
Probably the most key advice is be on a desktop computer, because the mobile platform, I don't think refreshes very good. And I've had a lot of people think there was the high bidder, or there was time left, or the auction was still going. And they've lost out. B, probably set a ceiling to what you think it is, the car is worth, and, try to stay that. And C, probably actually the most important, read the ad, read the comments, see what's going on. If there's some negative comments and everything, also click on that guy's user and see if he's just negative Nelly. I mean, I see these guys, they haven't said a positive word in their life. So, you got to take that into credit, so really looking at the research of what you think the car's worth, and use that contact seller button. I'm really surprised we don't get more people that. It surprises me how many times the high bidder guys who wins the car never had an email, or never had them call me. Cause I love to talk about the cars. I love to, go out and do a FaceTime walk around, or take a picture of a detail. But it's amazing. These guys just get to buy it now. If you're first time, those things are really good.
For sellers on the other end, say you're selling your car for the first time. What's the first thing that you need to think about?
Make sure it's clean.
I'll tell you, it's amazing how often people don't do that. Yep.
It blows my mind. They open it up and there's junk on the floor and stuff. I'm like, oh, what's going on? I think, having somebody, if you're not capable to do a proper presentation, is well worth every penny you spend on it.
Yeah, definitely.
The second thing is be interactive on the comments, especially if you're a first time seller, you haven't sold anything, you're going to get the whole peanut galleys and come after you. So you got to sit there and be responsive and be on it. Be able to give good information.
That group from the comment section on Bring a Trailer is certainly fearsome for sure. So people definitely need to be prepared and be ready for the onslaught that's going to come after them from that.
Yes.
Shifting gears a little bit here, the Avant-Garde collection, that is ultimately 911R, but it's still something different. So how do people know how to differentiate between the two?
Right.
Should they? What is it?
Right. Avant-Garde is our dealership name. Avant-Garde collection, we were all sitting around trying to decide a new name when we split off to do this new company with really focusing on Bring a Trailer auctions. 911R is our username on Bring a Trailer. It comes from, I was building a 68 911R replica. I sold on Bring a Trailer a few years ago. Actually, I think if you Google 911 hot rodded on Google, it's usually in the first 3 or 4 photos. It's a pretty famous car now. And so that was just kind of my passion, and that's how I came about it. And, I probably signed up for that back in 14 or 15 when Bring a Trailer just started as a commenting, a forum. We Avant-Garde and myself, very, very air-cooled Porsche passionate. We bring in lots of those type of cars. Our main service tech, Chris Smith, who's been with us for 10 years. He is, a Porsche master tech for over 30 years. And, so it's just been a really great team, for all that. So Avant-Garde is just the driving force dealership entity behind 911R.
Do you guys provide any additional services, or is it all Bring a Trailer oriented at this point?
I do some service for our clients, for maintenance and service or upgrades. I usually build 3 or 4 specialty cars a year, all usually 911 air-cooled variants. We're building, we're just finished another Safari car. That's going to be coming up really quick. I got another Safari build being done for a client. We're finishing up a 73 911 RS hot rod with a big 3.8 that we built with fuel injection. The car is by far the best car we've ever done. I can't wait for the client to get it. It's just an amazing orange, just going to be incredible. We're building for another local client right now a Dutch police car, 911 police car from the 80s. He's a Dutch patriot, and he's very excited about his Dutch police car.
You've got some big news. You want to bring in your general manager, Tom Floyd, and he can help talk about it?
I do, yeah. Here, Tom.
Hi there.
Tom Floyd. Here, stand the floor. Tom is going to be is our general manager. He's been with us since beginning of the year. He runs the day-to-day operations here now. Because why we're doing this is because we're going to start a second location down in Scottsdale this year. Right about the first of the year. I have a lot of clients down there, and so it's such a huge, cool car community, and we're just super excited about this possibility. Plus, I'm excited not to have a winter rain season.
Going to stick me with that.
Yes.
It's a nice place to be. But I'm located in that area as well, and we certainly look forward for you guys joining us down here in sunny Arizona.
Yeah, very, very excited, and so we'll be able to do sales out of both locations and just keep it rolling.
Okay, Matt, obviously you're an incredibly knowledgeable guy. You have a huge market share on one of the major platforms in the hobby. So why don't you give us one car to buy, one car to sell, one car to hold in today's marketplace?
Great. Yeah, it's an interesting marketplace right now. It's definitely still very strong, I would say. But some cars I definitely would buy, sell, hold. So buy, 80s 911s, earlys and late 70s, SCs, S's, and Carreras. Buy every one you can get. These cars just continue to go. They're getting rare to find. They're fabulous cars. They're very rewarding to drive, and just continue to rise. I don't see that changing. I would sell early Broncos. These Broncos, they don't drive that great. They're very iconic looking. With the new Bronco out, it's been a lot of hype. And I tell you, if you go drive a new Bronco and drive an old one, there's no reason to have an old one. Sell it. And they're still bringing really good money right now. I don't know how long that'll last. Hold. I think XKEs are on the hold cycle right now. They seem to have dropped a little bit. And they're such fabulous cars. They're great driving cars. They're enjoyable having anybody's collection. They're, even Enzo Ferrari said it's the most beautiful car ever built. So if you're not in need, I'd hold your XKE.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. Those 911 SCs, those were $20,000 a couple of years ago. Those days are long gone. Yeah. And they are great cars. I mean, they're just a nice,
fabulous,
stable, you think about like what maybe like an NSX was before there was an NSX. That's kind of the 911 SC. So
yeah.
It's pretty hard to go wrong with those. If you want a car to buy and enjoy, that's a great one to do it. Any final thoughts?
Go back to the early 911, those cars with the galvanized bodies, they don't have the rust problems of the early ones. The fuel injection is great. They're just a really easy car to live with. So buy those cars, buy them all.
Yeah, most definitely. So any closing thoughts?
I appreciate being on this, and looking forward to, seeing it come out. We want to thank all of our clients who have bought cars from us now. And if you're considering selling a car or would like to consign a car, we'd love to have it on Brain Trailer, represented under 911R, and let us know.
Where can people go to learn more?
Our website's very simple. It's a-gc.com. So a-g's in golf, C's in Charlie.com. And you can find, there's submit your car on there, or you can just pick up the phone and give us a call. And myself or Tom be happy to talk to you.
Good deal. I would like to thank Matt Crandall for joining us today. To learn more about anything that we discussed here, be sure to pick up the latest issue of Sports Car Market Magazine by visiting the link in the video description below. As a reminder, if you enjoyed this content, please take a moment to like and share this video, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay on top of future episodes. I'm Darin Roberge. Thank you for joining us on the Buy Sell Hold Spotlight.